Today we're going over the first episode of To Be Hero X. So to begin, we see a beginning monologue of the main character describing what he sees as what a hero is in not only his eyes, but in the eyes of society. And he also wants to preach that anybody can become a hero, but the thing is, his boss doesn't like that. As a matter of fact, the boss uses this opportunity to cook the goofy out of his employee for even thinking that he had a chance at being a hero, saying he was average looking, he had a 4-inch penis, and that he gets no hoes. He then gets a phone call about a proposal that wasn't supposed to be out yet, and then the main character reveals that he did it, so he got fired. So we skip to him standing on top of a building, thinking maybe my boss is right, maybe I am a loser with no hoes. Until he sees that bad bit on the screen, whose name is Moon. So then he's getting words of encouragement from them in the advertisement, which was an advertisement that he wrote, which he's angry about. So then he starts hating on Nice, and right when he's hating on Nice, that nigga appears. So then we see him walking on the building, right, walking towards the edge of the building where the main character is, and I'm thinking, oh, he probably might do some cool superhero shit. Nope, this nigga killed himself. And right after, we see the people who are chasing after him, and the main character informs that he just jumped off the building, so then they just kidnapped the nigga. So we fast forward and we see the lady from earlier trying to come up with a cover story saying that he's just training and he's not dead. And then they ask what he saw. They said all he did was go off the building and do the signature pose. She gets another phone call, and at that moment, Lynn uses that as a chance to try and get away, but then gets cooked by a bucket of paint. So then they're looking down at him. They're like, hey, this nigga kind of look like Nice. Hey, cuz, you finna be Nice now. And then we see a montage of them turning him into Nice. And then he's about to see his girlfriend, Moon. But he's like, look, I'm not the real Nice. What if I fail? Like, no one knows her like me and whatever, right? And then they just kick him out there. But he plays it off real smooth. I ain't gonna lie. So then after that, they grab each other's hand. And then we get to see them on their show that we saw advertised earlier. And the host is Enlighter. So apparently this hero Enlighter is supposed to be the truth, and apparently he wasn't the original host, and this is gonna go off script for everything, so everyone is scared of what's gonna happen. And we basically learned that Enlighter is this nigga's #1 hater. So his goal is to expose that the relationship is scripted. So then the first question he asks is, how many commercials has he been in, and what's her exact runtime, which is some crazy, extremely specific thing to know, but apparently this nigga knows it. So then they pull out the truth or dare thing, and then they're like, I bet, is this your real girlfriend? And he says no, and he feels like he has an aha moment, but then he flips it and says that she's actually his goddess. We then learn that he uses Moon as encouragement almost every morning, as her words inspire him to become a better person. And I get all the hoes talking on social media, but he's like, hey, you're not done. We have one last card up my sleeve. And we revealed that it's his boss. So apparently his boss got fired, right? And Enlighter's thinking, yeah, I got some backup now. Well, until he gets sent flying into a wall. So he reveals his power as fear, right? He starts using fear. But then as he's trying to fight Nice, this nigga's cooking him. And after taking a nice karate chop to the face, he then starts ranting. You know when people getting beat up, so then they start ranting to power up in a fight. And he's like, you don't know the baggage that comes with getting fired. Which what he was saying wasn't actually that bad, except for he's about to use fear to harness power and take over the world in his eyes. So he starts knocking a bunch of people off in the room to harness their fear. He instills it, so then the main character tries to stop him, but he can't get any hits in. And eventually he's flying. So he starts getting consumed by fear, right? But then he starts thinking about his past and how he hated his previous life, and now he needs to use Moon's words once again to overcome his fear. So he makes his declaration that he wants to be a hero, and that he wants to overcome fear, and in the process cooks his former boss. So then we cut to him in the car, right? We see the news about it, and then he's getting taken to the hero place where he lives. We learned that Nice killed himself, and that he might even have to face the same thing that Nice did. He goes in, right? He sees a statue of himself. He lays down on the bed, and then he sees Moon next to him. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot Moon lives here too. Puts the cover over her, but then when he gets up, he actually notices that she's not sleeping, nigga. She in the shadow realm. And that's where it's left off. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the best first episodes I've ever seen. I didn't know really what to expect. I knew To Be a Hero was gonna have good animation, or To Be Hero X. I knew it was gonna have good animation because of the trailers that I saw. But I ain't gonna lie, this plot surpassed what I thought it was gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna be like this. This is like, I love the main character. I'm wondering if the main character is the guy that we see in the glasses, and if he becomes more wicked or something, we don't know. But it did its job. It made me wonder where the plot's about to go. It made me love the characters that I've already seen, and it made me wonder about the world and more things around the world. So yeah, this is one of the best first episodes I've ever seen of any show ever, not even just anime. And also the way that they utilize different animation styles, I was scared that they were gonna do it and it was gonna be excessive or annoying. They did it perfectly for when they needed to do it. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about the first episode. I thought it was fire.